Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I am going to do an October budget setup. So I learned and realized a lot just over the past month as we've been starting on our budgeting journey. And so what I want to do now is I want to log our October budget, literally breaking down like weekly what we're expecting to make versus what our actual is, totaling it up, our budgets, our variable expenses, our fixed expenses, and I just want to come at this a little bit different. So I am going to link to my September videos just so you guys can see how I got started and what things are looking like. And what I really want to encourage when you're budgeting is having room to grow and evolve and change. That has been the biggest thing, is just bracing imperfection. We're trying to figure things out. It's not going to be perfect. We really had to pull back. You'll see it in my October 1st, my week 1 budget video that's going to be up shortly after this, and it's actually October 11th, so I'm getting ready to film week 2 right now. But I think we are finally on track. It just took a learning curve and having grace and just being able to be with yourself through that. So let's go ahead and dive on into setting up this monthly October budget. So I got this sticker kit here. It's from Little Red Balloon Ink. And so it's really cute. It's got the October budget with the Halloween theme. It's got your income, variable expenses, totals, fixed expenses, and then the little headers down here. So I am going to go ahead and get started with this. And I'm just going to be doing it in my budget notebook. I am getting the itch so bad to get the Erin Condren Deluxe Monthly Planner, to have like a budgeting planner, but I am really sitting with where I'm at. It doesn't make sense. I'm going to zoom in. It doesn't make sense for me to invest in a planner just to do my budgeting when I have a notebook that I got for $2 or whatever it was. And I mean, it's a super cute notebook. So it's got a beachy theme, which is totally me, and I'm just gonna work with it. And then if they have a really good sale at Erin Condren, and I will link down below in case if that's something that you're interested in. I do have like an affiliate code where if you click that link, we each get $10, but it gives you $10 off your first order. And so I'm just waiting for the right time. You guys will figure out when I decide that's going to be, but I'm just gonna stick with my notebook for now. My dog's getting ready to sneeze, so you guys might hear her sneezing over here. So I am going to do income right here. And then because it's this black and purple theme, I'm just gonna go on theme. I am going to do week 1 with my purple pen. So we are going to put down what our expected versus our actual is. So based on our budgeting and where we're at right now, our expected income each week between additional income and my husband's salary is $1,150. So we actually kind of took a step back this week. We got refocused. We like really just started thinking, what do we need to be making to be able to get on point, start saving. So I am going to be transparent. Our savings is at $200 right now. We had some stuff come up. We had to reallocate. We had too many payments, literally. We owed more than we could afford to pay. So we had to come up with a plan of how we could do that. It's October 11th. I did go yesterday and I paid off our Kohl's card in full. It felt amazing, and so that's $28. So what we did right now is we looked at things and said, how can we get back on top of things? It feels like we're like completely just chasing our tails, and no matter what we're doing, we're not getting ahead. So this is where I'm deciding to go into our budget and really break this down. So last week we made $1,099. So it was a little bit less than where we needed to be. But then this week we made $1,300. And then I'm going to put this in for our totals, which obviously we're not going to know yet because it's just the middle of the month. But I decided this is what I was missing in my budgeting, was a complete transparency of knowing what's coming, what's due, how are we looking, etc. So I am now going to come down and do fixed expenses right here. So we do have a lot that is completely fixed. There is no variance in it, and that is what I'm going to write here. Okay, so that is it on the fixed expenses. Okay, so what's going to be different from if you watch my weekly videos is there are a few categories out of here that we guess. So like our utilities. We are really lucky. We live in an area where all of our utilities are included in one bill. So that includes water, sewer, trash, cable, electric. It's all in one utility bill. So it is higher, but it is, it's nice because it's one bill. So we budget $250 for that. And then for yard maintenance, we budget $60. Trying to think what else I want to put down here. I'm just going to put our debt down here just because I don't want to waste this much space. So Kohl's, the budget was for $28. Then we have J. Barclay, and it's $54. Target is $87. L. Barclay, $165. Now this is our debt, but this is how I want to track it. So we have our Barclay, $165. We have Capital One, and that is $270. So I am going to run a total here. And this does have this out of line for me, but because there's a little space right here, I'm going to put Lending Club. I put all of my fixed expenses that are very specific amounts. I've put my variable expenses because we all know with a credit card, they can change. And so I actually know like our utilities, we're getting ready to pay that this week. And they are $213.66. So you guys know I round up in all of my budgeting. So our actual on our utilities was $214. The actual on the yard maintenance was $50. I am so excited to share that on our Kohl's, we paid it off this month. So that was $259.25. So I definitely will be showing the cents when it is variable expenses. So the amount for here and I don't know about SiriusXM. Netflix is, I'm gonna have to fill that one in. So I can't remember if it's $13.99 or $14.99. I'm not 100%. And so the rest of what I can fill in as of today is we are going to pay $54 on J. Barclay, and then we are going to pay $88 on Target. And then this will be at the end of the month. Okay, so the other thing that I want to track here is savings. And I'm going to do just actual. We started the month out with, I don't even know. I know it changed, but I'm going to put 200 down. And then week 1, we didn't do anything, so it's still at 200. I'm going to be honest, I don't anticipate doing anything this week because we are so, with our whole heart, body, and soul, we are trying to figure out how to have the money like now in October to be saving for November, because face it, like November 1st, November's bills are due, not October's. So we're trying to figure out how to have our budget set up, and literally it's been a little bit of a stretch, but we're finally figuring it out. Okay, so now onto the second page, I'm going to do October sinking fund. So these are our cash envelopes for everything else. And so I'm going to leave a blank line here, and you guys will see why in a second, but I want to do category. And then I want to do week 1, week 2, week 3, week 4. I just messed that up. And then I want to say actual balance to see how we're doing. So did we go over? Did we, how did that end up working out? And so we are going to start with groceries. Okay, so then I also need to pull another tracking source, and I will be sharing this video. I have so many videos to share with you guys, but I have a total debt tracker that I created here, and so it lists out all of our debt, like you guys can see, paid in full for Kohl's, but we have medical bills that have come in, and these are just kind of getting paid as they can. Do various medical. And then we're gonna check who they are. Sucks getting sick on vacation. I've got bills from Ohio, bills from Florida. It's annoying. And I did actually call this week to get set up on payment arrangements, and lo and behold, of course, nobody wanted to accept any, which is fine. That's their deal, that's their prerogative. And then I'm going to run another line here, because this is just, I am going to be including all of these into various medical. Because nobody wanted to accept what we could afford to pay. And like I told you guys, we realized that we are paying out more than we're bringing in, which is a problem. You can't save, you can't do anything. So we really got a plan together, and I hope this video is going to show you guys, and I hope it also brings some inspiration that when it feels like you're sinking and there's nothing you can do, there is always something you can do if you choose to go that direction. So I am going to put their balances. 1,144.29, and then this is 20,20,40. And so for week 1 was nothing. So these are balances. And then this is week 2. So we paid 10 on this account, and we paid 20 on this account. So for various medical, we paid, you know what, I'm gonna break out a ruler here. It just will make it easier. And even though things haven't gone perfectly, our savings, we pretty much are still at 200, which is where we pretty much started out with this. We are making progress, and we are seeing what has to change and what has to give. And so for week 1, I am just going to write down what we took out. gifts was up to $120, and I took my husband, or I'm taking my husband on a surprise trip up to Cleveland and planning a surprise birthday party. And we both turned 40 this year. And so I took that money and I reserved our hotel room for Cleveland. So I'm super excited about that. So this week, gas, I'm finding I need about 30, and my husband is needing to use his car from work, so he is getting to use the company card, which, as I've shared before with you guys, we own our own business. And so that's helping out. And then, like I said, for week 2, we did $30, which still is going to have us coming in under what our normal budget was for that, because we aren't spending $80 on gas. So we figured out how to buckle down on our budget and how to do something differently that works for us. Here is our October budget. Here is our weekly income, our savings. Then you have our fixed expenses, which does include one of our debts. And then we have our variable expenses down here. Well, actually, this includes more than one of our debts. Lending club, the PNC, that's a home equity line of credit. I don't know if you'd consider that with mortgage or not, but then the Mazda, Honda, and the orthodontist, those are all debts as well. And I am so excited for the day where we could fit all of this on one page. Now here is our sinking funds. Okay, all right, so here we have it. Here is our plan for October, our October budget. We are pretty much trying to stick with the same sinking funds amount, which ends up being, I don't have my calculator, but I do, I'm not even gonna total it. I believe this is 402. But this is what our October budget looks like. And so I will come back. This is setting up the October budget. At the end of the month, I will have the October budget in review, where we will go back. We will look at saving all of our receipts. What did it look like putting all of our receipts in? What did we actually spend? Did we go over? And do we have remaining balance? Like, are we budgeting the right amounts? So I hope you guys found this helpful in setting up a monthly budget. And then head on over to the next video and you can check out October, week 1, the budgeting and envelope stuffing. So thank you guys for tuning in, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye guys.